Google recently launched Gemini Spark. It's your 24/7 personal AI agent that's supposed to reorganize your digital life. It's supposed to do things that you often normally do in the morning or while you're on the way to work. And it's basically reading emails, checking through your list, things to do, subscriptions, all those boring, pointless tasks that nobody wants to do. That's what Google has introduced. And I'm here to show you how to use it. So as we saw in that previous graphic in the website is how all things Google can be connected into Google Spark so that it can read all the individual things that you have. For example, your Google Calendar, your brother-in-law's birthday tomorrow, your phone payments coming up, or if you have the upcoming date night, things like that. Google Spark will automatically sort them into a list of priorities. So I have this super awesome prompt that I'm going to show you guys, which I paste right now. So what I'm telling it to do is to act like my Friday, well, maybe let's do a quick walk around of what Google Spark is. So if you log into Google Gemini, gemini.google.com, you'll try Gemini over here, and you're going to switch to the account that you want. So over here, you have the Google Gemini chat. And in order for you to get access to Spark, you will need a pro account for Google, which is the only downside. But you go over here, switch it to Spark, and you have access to all these things. But before we do that, we're going to see the tasks. So the tasks are a couple things I've been playing around with. Over here, you have the schedules, which is what Google Spark runs on. For example, we can tell it to sort through all our stuff and to do all the hard work at 7 o'clock in the morning and just before we get up for our 9 to 5. We can tell it to do it at 11 o'clock. We can schedule it for whatever time we need for whenever we want, basically, which is the cool thing about Google Spark. And it's really easy to navigate, so it's not even a problem for you to set up. Skills is what we're going to be using to make sure that it does the same job correctly. So skills allows us to have a bit of a final say towards what Google Gemini is doing. So for example, if I tell it to say a joke, if I want it to be a specific kind of joke, for example, I want only birthday jokes. If I keep pasting that in different chats, it's going to give me different things. But for example, if I create a skill saying, I want a joke about birthdays, you can paste whatever you want relevant to whatever that name means. So what you could say is, I want jokes that revolve around birthdays who are for guys who are in their 40s and like to have a good time. And if we use that skill every time we mention birthdays, that means Google Spark will always go back to that skill and will automatically know that we're looking for birthday jokes for guys who are in their 40s and are looking to have a good time. That's basically what a skill is. It has a piece of memory that is attached to every prompt that you make. Yeah. And then of course, as you can see here, you can connect all your Google apps, which allows Spark to have even more access to organize your thoughts, your work, all your Google life together in one piece. So let's pop into the tasks. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to paste our prompt. So the prompt over here is act as my Friday life assistant. Search Gmail, calendars, drives, tasks, keep for the next 14 days. Return in brief points in a to-do list form. And what we wanted to do is deadlines, appointments to confirm, bills and subscriptions, forms, files I need, awkward emails I'm avoiding, a 45-minute action plan grouped by energy, type C below. Do not send, schedule, or change anything without asking me first. So this is important at the end to make sure that it doesn't change anything without your permission, simply because it will do it without you asking. And that's just a little safeguard that I've always added with all my prompts, because it will use your token sparingly without you even noticing. Because like I said, if I have it scheduled for around, for example, 7 a.m. and I wake up at 8 a.m., it will just use my tokens. And like I said before, this is a paid plan. So in my opinion, I just find it a little bit better. You don't always have to put the change anything without asking me first. I just find it easier to have a bit more control on what Google say. So we'll go ahead and hit enter, and it's looking through calendar, tasks, keep, drive, and Gmail to see all the important things that are coming up, the non-important things, the awkward things, and it will just look through everything that I have, and it will organize it into a 45-minute plan grouped by energy, which, like I said before, is the highest priority to the lowest priority. So as you can see, unfortunately, I have to blur all the things that are coming up simply because it is my personal email. But anyways, what it did is that it made appointments to confirm. It has the deadlines, bills and subscriptions, forms I need to file, and the awkward emails that I have to address, which is super duper cool because I am able to see everything that I actually just really, really crazy that it actually works. And I have the 45-minute action plan, which is super cool. So we have the low energy quick wins, 10 minutes, medium energy, which is around 20 minutes, and I have the high energy things. Now, the cool thing we can do about this is we can automate this, which is the one thing I would say that separates Google Spark from Gemini, because Spark is able to do things autonomously, which it runs on the cloud. So you can have your laptop closed, you can turn all your Wi-Fi off in that whole house, but it will still run. If you turn them all back on at 7 o'clock, for example, it will have it all ready for you, simply because it runs in the cloud and and not on your local computer. So if you have it scheduled, which is what we're gonna do, I want this scheduled for every day for 7 o'clock a.m. We're gonna press update. Okay, so what I just did is I made sure that it's gonna be scheduled every day for 7 o'clock a.m. and that the 45-minute energy plan, which was up here, the medium energy, high energy, and low energy, that it will be remembered. Like I said, for the birthday party, whenever I want a birthday joke, if we invoke the skill, Spark will remember that I wanted the birthday party jokes to be revolving around 40-year-old guys who want to have a good time. The same way, we're going to do we're going to make a skill, not for 40-year-olds who want to have a good time, but we wanted to always remember the fact that we want our Google emails and all our content organized into priority lists and to-do lists from the lowest of energy, which I can do in 5 to 10 minutes, to the highest energy, which can take us more than a couple of hours. So that's why we're making a skill, so that every time we talk to Spark, it's not just making stuff up and then we're going to get a different response every time. It just allows us to have more fluidity between days and between chats. Okay, so we're back and it did its job. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop over here to schedules. Spark did its job and actually made us a schedule. So we told it to do daily around 7 a.m. Based off of the prompt and based off of the stuff it came up with, it's going to search Gmail, Google Calendar, Drive, tasks, keep for upcoming items over the next 14 days. Summarize them into a concise life admin to-do list covering upcoming deadlines, appointment, and basically the rest of the prompt that we asked it to. And then of course, it told it to make into the energy level and deliver the update to me in the chat. So on top of that, we're going to go to the skills. And over here, as you can see, it also made the energy plan skill, which is super awesome because again, there's two ways to do this. We can make it ourselves, like the enter manually, or we can make it with Gemini. But the one that it doesn't tell you is that Spark can also make skills for you. I mean, it kind of counts for Gemini, but Gemini isn't Spark, and Spark isn't Gemini, but they're interlaced, so you get the idea. But anyways, the energy plan is here, and the description is over there, and the instructions are here. So this is super awesome because now Spark knows its language and Spark understands what it needs to do. And instead of us just using plain English, which is what we understand, it made its own jumble of stuff that gets what we want done. And we can always read it. We can always edit it. There's plenty of ways to do that. But for today, this is more than enough for you guys to get started. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys took something out of learning how to use Google Spark. If you guys liked it, I really ask you guys to subscribe. It means the world to me. It means the world to YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. And it would be really awesome to hit that notification bell to get those notifications running so that you never miss a beat. I'm coming out with more videos and as fast as I can so you guys never miss anything that's coming up that's new in AI. And I really, really hope that you guys are enjoying this. If you guys are, please let me know in the comments, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.